No matter how hard you try, Matoro, you cannot defeat me. Not even if you freeze me solid. Hey, wait, Matoro, let's talk about things. Pretty please.
Well, time to go do that dying thing. Responsibilities. Hello everyone and welcome to the Recap Review. Today we're looking over set number 8915, Toa Mari Matoro. The set contains approximately 63 pieces, was released in summer of 2007, and the time of release was about $10. Guys, it's Matoro. He saved the universe, guys. Remember Matoro, he's right here. But let's seriously get on to the review. First of all, we're going to start with a little bit of a comparison between Matoro of 2007 and Matoro and Nika of 2006. Since these are part of a lineage, a set lineage. So as we can see here, there are quite a few differences between these two sets, despite being the exact same character. On the one hand, we have Matoro in Nika, who is a standard Nika build, with white, silver, and transparent blue, and we have Matoro Mari, who is standard white as well as Matoro Nika is, but he has a solid light blue and some minor amounts of gray, but he does keep some of the silver from his prior set. As far as weaponry goes, he has the standard secondary blaster of 2007 as opposed to Matoro in Nika, who has the standard blaster of 2006. The other weapon, however, is quite different. We have an ice sword, an energized ice sword on Matoro and Nika, and we have the twin cutters on Matoro Mari, and these are an interesting looking piece here. As far as the masks are concerned, he no longer has the Kanohi, come on, think of it. The mask of cows, mask of ghost cows, we're going to go with that. Instead, he now has the Trina, the mask of reanimation, allowing him to temporarily reanimate dead corpses. So that's kind of interesting. As far as everything else is concerned, he's quite different. While he does use a Toa and Nika build, he has a quite modified version. The legs are different. Instead of using these on the upper arms, they're used as hip pieces or upper legs. He uses Toa Mata feet as opposed to any sort of a Nika foot. His arms are completely different. And his torso is even using a Toa Mata foot, which allows him to have a hunchback appearance. So that's all quite different. So that pretty much settles the comparison. So we're going to take you away. Bye-bye. And we're going to get on with our review. So let me start off with the disclaimer. Just because a pro or a con is here doesn't necessarily mean I agree with it or is my opinion. I do one of two things with these pros and cons. One, they are opinions that I have heard from the community for several different years over the time I've owned the set or the set has been out. And two, they are cons or pros that I have personally experienced firsthand. Unless I explicitly say whether or not they're a pro or a con that I absolutely do agree with, assume that I do not. Unless I say otherwise. Thank you all, and now let's get on to the pros. Right off the bat, the standard amounts of articulation, 3 in the arms, 3 in the legs, and 1 in the head. That works very nicely. Other pros consist of his color scheme, which is very consistent despite a few discrepancies. He has white, the aforementioned white, solid light blue, and some minor amounts, the silver, and some light gray. That works out very well for him. Very reminiscent of other Toa of Ice and Ice characters we've seen in the past. Specifically, Thok comes to mind. So that works out very well. Another pro would be the new pieces. Specifically his mask, the Trina, as mentioned prior, the tube, these things, which are also in Jalamari, however they're in orange and silver here. And we also have his twin cutters, and we're going to be seeing these a lot more in the future, so that's kind of neat to see. We also have the Kodak blaster, the tubes in black, and the new Visor piece, which comes in New Paru and Holly as well. As you can see here, this is the Visor. It's kind of blurry, but it's very neat to see this here. And you can see here, there's a longer axle, so you just need to slide this on. Come on, come on, come on. And there you are. And then fit that over his face. And it works out very nicely. It really works with the whole scuba diver gear. Look. Very quickly, I've mentioned in prior videos that back in 2007, Bionicle fans were trying to figure out what animals the Tomari represented. I've got no idea what Matoro is supposed to be. So I'm not even going to go there. It's just the stereotypical scuba diver. Other pros would be the unique usage of pieces on a very standard build. As we can see here, the legs are quite different than legs we have seen in the past. While they do use the standard pieces, they use them in ways that haven't been seen prior. Also, the same goes for the torso. A Mata foot working on the torso. Very interesting. Some may not like the hunchback look, but it is undeniably unique. Another pro would be the Kodak launcher, the Kodak Revolving blaster. Now you take these two fingers and this thumb, put them right here, and bam, just like that. Works very well when it does work, so that is really nice to see. However, be careful as you can lose them. Other pros would be his overall appearance. It looks very nice. Some people may not like it as opposed to his Anika version, but it does work for him. He has a very different look as opposed to his prior counterpart. He's definitely not a clone set, which is a nice bonus for people who do not like clone sets. So that works out very nicely. That's the gist of the pros. There's not a whole lot, but the set so far is quite solid. There's not a whole lot wrong with him that we can see. But now it's time to get to the things we can see. Let's get to the cons. What makes a set a little bit less worth getting? Right off the bat, some people are not going to like his mask. A lot of people have the opinion that his mask does not look as good as his other one, his more organic counterpart. And that is a totally personal preference. Another con would be that these flap around, so if you shake him, he's going to make quite a bit of noise. Another con would be his stability. Because he has tinier feet, he's not very stable. He'll wobble and he'll fall over very easily, and that is quite unfortunate. Another con would be these giant tubes back here. They don't really restrict his arm movement, at least not a whole lot, but they are in a very unusual position, which means they're going to warp very easily. Same thing goes for this tube here. Another con, in regards to his color scheme, is actually the red on him. Now granted, he does have the red on the Kodak blaster and the Kodak rockets, but he also has the red pins here, which is very unfortunate, and the red piece in his torso. I don't understand why they chose to go with red. Maybe it looks like a heart. He's the heart of Metru Nui, or the entire universe. But still, it unfortunately does clash with the white. Another con would be his simplicity. Now, even though he is on the slightly more complicated side of Anika builds, he is still an Anika derivative, meaning he is quite simplistic in his construction. Do not go to this set expecting something fantastic or unique or an incredible experience. It's not going to happen. Another con would be the open gap back here due to his torso. There's the stability issue. His torso design, which is also quite unfortunate. Some people are not going to like the tube. It makes moving his head a little bit harder. His asymmetry is also going to be disliked by many, specifically this arm here. It can't move up, back and forth like it should. It moves side to side, which looks very unusual. And finally, the Kodak Revolving blaster. When it works, it does work very nicely, and that's a great thing. However, when it does not work, it really does not work. Mildew, water, dust, a whole bunch of things can cause it to muck up, and if over time, if you get it wet, the spring may likely rust. So it's very unfortunate that they advertise this as an underwater set. Be it that the case though, when it works, it's fine, but when it doesn't, it's kind of a bummer. So that pretty much sums up all I can think of as far as the cons are concerned, and with that, my review of Matoro Mori. What do you guys think? Do you like Matoro Mori? Do you think he's a worthy successor to Matoro Anika? Do you still remember him? Let me know in the comments below or on the TTV message boards. Thank you all very much for watching. And if you feel I've missed anything messed up, or you feel I should have mentioned something, please let me know in the two aforementioned places. Join me next week when I continue the Titans with everyone's favorite weird underwater Rahi, Gadunka. See you all next time.